You are about to embark on the greatest adventure your mind has ever known. It starts here in the headquarters of the most brilliant kid detectives in the world, the Sharp Wits. With a thirst for discovery to rival none, the Sharp Wits have dedicated their young lives to solving the many riddles of the universe. They've discovered what it really means when your favorite dinner table is booked. They've figured out why you put a book back with the spine facing out. They've discovered the best way to cover your book. Join them now as they uncover the lure of the library.
Our story begins with Gator and Snooper searching for a mysteriously missing book.
I know it's here somewhere. It was this really great book about whales. Hey, Trax, how's the experiment going?
It's doing great, but I'm not quite there yet. I think this will do the trick. What a mess.
Gator, watch where you're going.
Oops, sorry.
I can never find the book I want in here. It's such a mess.
Hey, someone should organize these books. Then we'd be able to find the one we want quickly. And I guess that someone should be me. Okay. There.
I don't get it, Gator. How are they organized?
By color, see? You have the greens, the oranges, the reds, and then you have the blues, grays, and whites.
How's that going to help me find my book?
Easy, just remember the color of the book you read.
That is so incredibly... Never mind. Let me just try to organize it my own way.
Suit yourself.
There.
So how are they organized?
By author.
But what if you don't know the author?
Then I guess you'd organize them by title.
But what if you don't know the title?
Then I guess you'd organize them by subject.
But what if you don't know the subject?
Gator!
How about by shape or size?
The Sharp Wits were baffled, befuddled, bewildered, besides themselves, or not to be.
There's got to be a better way to organize books.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Whoa! What are all those green footprints?
What footprints?
The footprints all over the clubhouse.
What are you talking about? I don't see any footprints.
You would if you had these glasses on.
Whoa, this is really great. It worked, Gator.
What words?
You see, we were trying an experiment. We painted the bottom of Sherlock's sneakers with this special paint that Trax whipped up to see if we could track him. We didn't think it would work because we didn't see any marks at all.
Well, let's track him.
Yeah, great idea. Okay, he came over here, yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay, where else did he go? Yeah. Okay.
The Sharp Wits realized, as I already had, that they were able to track me wherever I went with the use of these funny sunglasses. So, they followed the strange trail of my invisible footprint. But what they didn't know was, I had a few tricks up my sneaker. But the Wits bravely forged on until they found themselves at the library. The Wits tracked me to the computer catalog, which was my first stop in the library. You see, all the books in a library are listed in the catalog.
Why is it so dark in here? Oh.
Shh. Looks like he stopped here first.
Well, why would he stop here?
He must have been looking for a book. I guess you can look up your book 5 different ways in the catalog. By author, by title, by subject, by keywords in the title, and by call number.
I wonder why they don't have it done by color. Yeah, organized by color.
Gator,
What?
If you know the title or the author of the book that you want, you can look it up in a catalog that way. That's easy.
Hey, let's try looking up one of my personal favorite books, Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Whoa, you're a fast typer.
Thanks. Title, Where the Sidewalk Ends. Author, Shel Silverstein. It also has the publisher, the date, the number of pages if it's available, and sometimes a short summary.
Call number. What's that?
But what the Sharp Wits didn't realize was they had just stumbled upon the very key to unlocking the mystery of the library, the call numbers.
Did you hear something?
I don't know, but suddenly I feel like we stumbled upon the very key to unlocking the mysteries of the library.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe they had a little clue.
Hey, check this out.
Whoa, what is it? What is it? Come on.
It looks like the same kind of number on the computer catalog screen. So, Sherlock must have looked up the book he wanted in the catalog and then wrote down the number.
Hi, that must be how you find the book. You match the numbers on the book to the numbers on the stacks.
Stacks?
Yeah, the bookshelves.
Oh, I get it. Just like finding a house when you have an address.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Wits are at the top of their form today. They have discovered that the call number is the key to locating your book in the library. Every book has a call number on its spine. The number has a decimal point in it. If you look at the number as if it was money, it will help you figure out which number is higher or lower, so you can find your book. Usually, there are letters below the number. The letters are usually the author's name or the first few letters of the author's name. The call numbers are part of the Dewey Decimal System. The Dewey Decimal System was invented by a librarian named Melville Dewey, who lived way back in the 1800s. Before Mr. Dewey invented the Dewey Decimal System, books in libraries were organized however the librarians wanted. They were organized by color, by size, by title, all kinds of different ways. It was a mess. But Mr. Dewey figured out that the best way to organize books was by what they were about. In other words, he organized them by their subjects. That way, you don't have to know the title or the author of the book. You can just come into the library wanting to learn about a certain subject and easily find books on that subject. The Dewey Decimal System assigns each topic a number. There are 10 main sections, and each of them is divided into smaller sections. 000 is generalities. It includes dictionaries, encyclopedias, and other reference books. The 100s are philosophy and psychology, for example, what people feel and think. The 200s are religion and mythology. In the 300s, you have the social sciences. These deal with government, communities, law, education, manners, holidays, and fairy tales. The 400s deal with language.
See? Oui.
The 500s deal with natural sciences and mathematics. In the 600s, you have technology or applied sciences. The 700s deal with the arts, recreation, and leisure activities. In the 800s, you have literature, such as poetry, plays, jokes, and classical literature. The 900s are geography and history. All 10 of these sections deal with books that provide facts and information. Fiction is kept in a separate section of the library. Fiction books have call numbers too, but instead of numbers, they have the author's last name, or the first few letters of the author's last name. Above the name, you'll find the word fiction, an abbreviation like FIC, or the letter F. Fiction books are organized on the bookshelves alphabetically by author. In some public libraries, if the number has a J in front of or above the call number, that means it's in a separate section for kids. The J stands for juvenile. Except for fiction, all the books on a certain subject are grouped together. All you have to do is look up the call number for one of the books on your subject. Find it on the shelf, and there will be lots of other books on the same subject around that book. And so, the Sharp Wits tracked down my book without even using my invisible footprints. First, they found the row of shelves. Then they found the right shelf. Then they found the right space, because, of course, I had already taken the book out.
Here's where the book should be.
Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my.
All the books around it are books about animals. So it must be a book about an animal. But once Sherlock found his book, what did he do then?
I know, the glasses.
Okay.
Whoa, there's his footprints. Let's follow.
Go. Ooh, ouch. Excuse him. He must have checked out the book here at the circulation desk. And then what, Gator?
Well, his tracks lead out the door, so let's track him.
Okay.
There was no stopping these wits. No siree. The sharp wits were right on my trail until they ran right into me.
Hey, it's a book about pandas.
Right, pandas was the subject that I wanted to learn about.
So you went to the library. And you looked up the subject, pandas, in the catalog. You looked through the choices that came up and chose one.
You wrote down the call number of the book.
The call number.
Why are they called call numbers?
Because you use them to find your book when the information is called for. Get it? You use them to call for your book?
I get it.
You should also write down the title and the author of the book.
Then you used the call number to find where the book was located in the library. Maybe you looked at other books near it to decide which one you wanted.
Remember, you have to be careful to put the books back in the right place on the shelf after you look at them.
Then you checked out the book. But I didn't see any fiction books about animals on that shelf.
That's because fiction is in a separate section. They're organized alphabetically by author. That way, if you find a book by an author that you like, it's easy to find another book by the same author.
Now we know how to find any type of book we want in the library.
Don't forget that if you need help, you can always ask the librarian.
The sharp wits have solved another mystery. Go Wits! Boy, I'm sure glad we got our books organized.
Yeah, and I even found my great book about whales.
Yeah.
Snooper, it worked!
We know! But how do I get this stuff off my shoe? Well, what are you waiting for? Go find a book that looks interesting and read it. Happy hunting!